की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की ग्रंथराज श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषज्ञानी पाश्चात्य देशपालिने ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगणा ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Welcome to our morning discussion on the topic of importance of sadhu sangha. And the verse given for this is from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Madhya Lila, 22nd chapter, 83rd and 84th verses. Madhya Lila, 22nd. So please repeat after me. This is important verse, so try to memorize. We have not displayed it, no? Good. So now you just hear me attentively. I will sing slowly and we'll try to memorize. Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Haya Sadhu Sangha.
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 Krishna Prema Janme Teho Punah Mukhya Anga. Krishna Prema Janme Teho Punah Mukhya Anga.
Krishna Prema Janme Teho Punah Mukhya Anga.
Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Haya Sadhu Sangha.
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 Krishna Prema Janme Teho Punah Mukhya Anga.
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 Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Haya Sadhu Sangha.
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 Krishna Prema Janme Teho Punah Mukhya Anga.
Krishna Prema Janme Teho Punah
कृष्ण प्रेम जन्मे ते हो पुनः मुख्य अंग.
कृष्ण प्रेम जन्मे ते हो पुनः मुख्य अंग.
How many of you memorized? Okay, so now one of you can lead without singing.
कृष्ण भक्ति जन्म होइत हय साधु संग.
कृष्ण भक्ति जन्म मूल हय साधु संग.
कृष्ण प्रेम जन्मे
ते हो पुनः
मुख्य अंग.
कृष्ण प्रेम जन्मे ते हो पुनः मुख्य अंग. Yes.
कृष्ण भक्ति जन्म हैया
जन्म मूल
मूल हैया साधु संग.
कृष्ण भक्ति जन्म मूल हय साधु संग.
कृष्ण प्रेम जन्मते हो पुनः मुख्य अंग.
कृष्ण प्रेम जन्मे ते हो पुनः मुख्य अंग.
Yes, anybody else?
कृष्ण
See, we get addicted to watching, seeing screen or something, and our memory goes down. If only capturing power, what do you call that? Grasping power goes down. So now we are.
कृष्ण भक्ति जन्म मूल हय साधु संग. कृष्ण प्रेम जन्मे ते हो पुनः मुख्य अंग.
कृष्ण भक्ति जन्म मूल हय साधु संग.
कृष्ण भक्ति जन्म मूल हय साधु संग.
कृष्ण भक्ति जन्मे ते हो पुनः मुख्य अंग.
कृष्ण प्रेम जन्मे ते हो पुनः मुख्य अंग. कृष्ण प्रेम जन्मे, second line. Okay, anybody else?
कृष्ण भक्ति जन्म मूल हय साधु संग.
कृष्ण प्रेम जन्मे ते हो पुनः मुख्य अंग. Yes, Mataji, have you memorized by now?
कृष्ण भक्ति जन्म मूल हय साधु संग.
कृष्ण प्रेम
कृष्ण प्रेम जन्मे ते हो पुनः मुख्य अंग.
Anybody else? How to stretch our memory. Okay, so it's very important verse. Some of Prabhupada has not given translation because Chaitanya Charitamrita was published in 2 months. And Prabhupada has elaborately spoken about importance of sadhu sang in so many other books, particularly Srimad Bhagavatam. So not required, just the translation will read. The root cause of devotional service, Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula. Janma is birth. So the root cause of devotional service to Lord Krishna is Haya Sadhu Sangha, is association with advanced devotees. Even when one's dormant love for Krishna awakens, Krishna Prema Janme Teho. So now we may say, okay, for producing bhakti, good, association of devotees. Now I have developed love for Krishna. Krishna Prema I have reached. Now no need. No. Krishna Prema Janme Teho Punaha Mukhyanga. Again, it is again very important. Even when one's dormant love for Krishna awakens, association with devotees is still most essential. So nobody can ever say, done with it, I took association enough in my young days, now I'm middle age or old age, now no need. No. Prabhupada said if somebody thinks that I will do it without association of devotees, he is insane. He is mad. Nobody can perfect his life without association of devotees. Now just imagine this class, nobody is there, everything is same, except none of you are present, I am alone. Will I speak the class the way with enthusiasm I am speaking? Or maybe for a long time I will speak. That's just not possible if none of you are present here. But because you are present, it gives tremendous boost. Satam prasangan mama virya sampido bhavanti rutkarna rasayana kataha tajjoshanavashu apavarga vartmani shraddha ratir bhaktiranukramishati. As Lord Kapila says to his mother Devoti in 3rd canto, 25th chapter, 25th verse. Most important verse. Satam prasangan, in the association of devotees, mama virya samvido. We become very enthusiastic for a devotional life. Like Guru Puja, we have enthusiastic. Mangalarti, because devotees are there. Alone, ekaki amar nahi paye bal harinama sankirtane तुम्ही कृपा करी श्रद्धा बिंदु दिया देह कृष्ण नाम धनी. My dear spiritual master, ekaki alone amar nahi payable. I don't have any strength only to practice devotional service and particularly to chant the holy name Hari Naam Sankirtan. तुम्ही कृपा करी, please be merciful to me. श्रद्धा बिंदु दिया, give me one drop of faith in the devotional practice, and that is possible only by associating with devotees. So Prabhupada went to Western countries all alone, but he always carried Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur and association of Guru in his heart. Prabhupada said also, never was there a time when I was not with my spiritual master. I was always with my spiritual master. Always he kept thinking about the instruction of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and laid down his life for that reason only. So Shraddha Bindu diya, Deha Krishna Nama Dhani. Please give me this Krishna Nam Dhan. This is topmost wealth. So Satam Prasangan Mama Virya Samvido Bhavanti Rutkarna Rasayana Katha. It is like nectar for the ears, hearing Krishna Katha in the midst of devotees. Tad Joshana Ashu Apavarga Vartmani. And what happens by hearing Krishna Katha in the midst of devotees? Now Tad Joshana Ashu, very quickly, Apavarga Vartmani. One starts getting liberated, starts going back home, back to God. Tad Joshana Ashu Apavarga. Apavarga is pa, ma. Like cha, cha, tha, or whatever. What else we have? Ka, kha, ga, kha, nya. Like that. Each is varga. Ka varga, cha varga, ta varga, ta, tha, tha, na. Like that, pa varga. Pa, pa, ba, ba, ma. Pa varga. So pa varga is parishram. People work very hard for earning money, for sustenance. Pa, fa. So much they work hard that foam comes from their mouth as it comes from donkeys and bulls' mouths, because they are working very hard. They are made to work very hard. Pa, fa, ba, and that leads to bandhan. They get bound in the cycle of birth and death. Other places Prabhupada sometimes says vyartha. It's all futile, useless. Vyartha is the Sanskrit word, but in Bangla it means vyartha. So Prabhupada says vyartha also. So that will also do. Bandhan. It's all futile. So much hard work not required on the Krishna's grace. Just little bit one does, and one will get enough. There is no, absolutely no, all this economic development, craze, money. People have come all over from India to Bangalore. They came to Hyderabad, and they have come to Bombay, Pune, Chennai. All mad after money because of asatsanga. They have been spoiled. So not required. One's maintenance is already decided. So no need to work hard like a donkey. Then that leads to bhai also. So much money. While earning also there is so much cutthroat competition. After earning also there is bhai. Anytime anybody will take it. The scam, my whole account will be zero. Nobody can do anything. So many, please do not share your password. And this and that. So much insecurity in this world. And ultimately what? No matter how successful you are going to end up through mrityu only, death. So this is not the process. When one practices devotional service, he is at once quickly put on the path of apavarga. Tad joshanat ashu, very quickly, apavarga vartmani, vartma is path. He is walking on the path, or maybe he is running on the path. The more he has association of devotees, he is running. And he has association of pure devotees, then he is running with the highest speed. He will be the one who will reach Krishna's lotus feet, Krishna's abode, Golok Vrindavan at the earliest, even while living in this body. Tad Joshana Nashu Apavarga Vartmani Shraddha Ratir Bhaktir Anukramishati. In the association of devotee, that is Shraddha to prem, from faith to love for Krishna. Ado Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Tata Sadhu. Vajanagriya Anartha Nivrittisya, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava and Prem. 9 stages. So because all cannot be told in that last line, so he is short, making it short. Shraddha, Ratir, Bhaktir, Anukramishati. Bhakti means Krishna Prem. He is giving shortened version. Shraddha, Ratir, Bhaktir, Anukramishati. Step by step, in kram, in sequence, these things will happen. So association of devotees is most important. If we take association, it will be how much you are strong in your bhakti is all dependent on how much association of devotees you have. Because Shraddha we have, this we carry from previous life. Or in this life also some great devotees association, some devotees association. He can instill faith in our heart, and then we start progressing. Shraddha over a period of life after life, it takes time to accumulate, to reach to the highest level of condensed bliss of Krishna consciousness, of pure love for Krishna. But by Prabhupada's grace, in one life only all of us can become pure devotees. Not at the time of death, much before death only. At the age of 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 52, 55, and all of us can become pure devotees. It all depends on us only. That's it. And what depends on association. Whose association you take, how much you take, what you take in your heart, and how you implement it. That's it. There is no other third or fourth thing required. This is it. Association only. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastri Koi, Lava Matra, Sadhu Sanghe, Sarva Siddhi Koi. All the scriptures, Sarva Shastri Koi, are saying one thing only. Sadhu Sangha, association of devotees. Sadhu Sangha, association of devotees. Sarva Shastri Koi, Lava Matra, even fraction of seconds association with pure devotee. Sarva Siddhi Koi. You will reach all perfection. People are trying to reach perfection in money by becoming lakpatis, karodapatis, arabpatis, kharabpatis. People are trying to reach perfection in beauty by going to beauty parlor and applying what not on their bodies and all that. People are trying to reach perfection in their education by going for MTech, then BTech, MTech, then PhD, postdoctorate, double doctorate and all that. So many things they are going for. People are trying to reach perfection through their fame by trying to do propaganda, developing skills, presenting in front of others, and going on higher and higher levels. Maybe YouTube viewers, how many more and more viewers? Please give like for my this or that. So much perfection in so many different fields are there. And even if you reach perfection in one field, another field you may not be able to reach perfection. Like Dhirubhai Ambani kind of person. He may reach perfection in money, but in perfection in beauty he may not have. Perfection in intelligence he doesn't have. He has to borrow it from very intelligent people by paying them. Perfection in physical strength he doesn't have. I heard Mukesh Ambani has 2 bodyguards, each one paid 15 lakhs per month. So 30 lakhs per month he spends for 2 people. They are bodyguards. They do nothing else. For Reliance company they do nothing. They only do for him, for his body. They are all the time present. And he has money, but still see, he doesn't have physical strength, so he has to borrow it. So Sarva Shastra Koi, Lava Matra Sadhu Sanghe, Sarva Siddhi Koi. All that we are looking for, and all those fields in which we look perfection, they are all possible by Sadhu Sangha only. But if you understand in this life, we are the most fortunate people on planet Earth. That is the beauty. So he says that Krishna, then he says, next verse also is under discussion, that is also good. So this is from 10th canto, 51st chapter, 53rd verse. But before that, I want to give a background of this. This is recited by or Muchukunda. So you all know Muchukunda, how when Lord Krishna was chased after by Kalayavan, and he runs and he enters his cave. There Kalayavan finds that Krishna is sleeping with covered head and all. So he's covered and he gives him a kick, thinking that he to be Krishna. And then that person gets up, he was not Krishna. And then he opens his eyes, burns Kalayavan. But then this person lying there was Muchukunda, who had fought against demigods, first against demons from the side of demigods, and then afterwards they had given him relief, and he was sleeping there. Anybody who would disturb his sleep would be burned to ashes. That benediction he had. He found in the cave there was a lot of light, so he found there was one person, 400 form of Krishna, and then he is very much charmed. So Muchukunda says to Krishna after giving his introduction. So I just read that, and then we will come to that verse. Sri Muchukunda said, "O Lord, the people of this world, both men and women, are bewildered by your illusory energy, unaware of their real benefit. They do not worship you, but instead seek happiness by entangling themselves in family affairs, which are actually sources of misery." Next verse. That person has an impure mind who, despite having somehow or other automatically obtained the rare and highly evolved human form of life, does not worship your lotus feet. We all have got rare human form. We are very fortunate. And that too in India, more fortunate. And we have come to ISKCON, most fortunate, to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. Only we have to understand and exercise our fortune in a nice way for whole life. Like an animal that has fallen into a blind well, such a person has fallen into the darkness of a material home. Those who are Grahamid is attached to family life, they are condemned. Panchukunda here. I have wasted all this time, O unconquerable one, becoming more and more intoxicated by my domain and opulence as an earthly king, misidentifying the mortal body as the self, becoming attached to children, wives, treasury, and land. I suffered endless anxiety. With deep arrogance, I took myself to be the body, which is a material object like a pot or a wall. There is no difference between pot and wall. This wall is here in temple. This wall and our body has no difference only. That is made up of earth, water, fire, everything. This is also made up of that only. There is no difference only. But we care for our body so much. Certainly, Shariram Khalu Sadhana is a nice instrument to be engaged in the service of the Lord. But if that is not being done, then this body and that wall has no difference at all. No difference. Hino avatare charati na janmilo lochan bole sei papi yelo aragelo. So if somebody got this rare human form of life, but then did not develop attachment to the lotus feet of Lord Shri Nityananda Prabhu. Say, Hino avatare charati na janmilo lochan bole, lochan das tapo se sei papi, such a sinful rascal, yellow, he took birth, Aragelo, and died. Nobody lived for 50 years, 70 years, no, that is all useless. He did nothing for perfecting his life. He might have been very rich, might have been very beautiful, might have been very educated, might have been very famous, it's all useless. Who cares? 5,000 years back, or even 1,000 years back, or 500 years back, do you know the people in Bangalore? How many residents of Bangalore do we know? 500 years back. Just recent time. How many of you know 100 people residing in Bangalore? Must have been quite a good comparable city. It may not be metropolitan city, but at least I believe there must be the population of at least few thousand, isn't it? So how many of you know 100 people in Bangalore around 500 years back? Around 500 years back. Years back. Okay, chalo 100 years back. Tell 100 names of 100 people of Bangalore. Even if they are beggars, you can tell beggars' names also. No problem. Or famous people. See, they were existing. They had their aura around them. They might have been moneyed people, beautiful people, physically strong. I don't know, maybe some pailwans, some wrestlers might have been there in Bangalore. We don't know. That some Krantiveer or something. He is something. So he is the only famous person, I think. Maybe 2-3 more freedom fighters. But otherwise we don't know. So all that we accumulate in this world is all adds to nothing. It's all useless. So he says, with deep arrogance I took myself to be the body, which is a material object like a pot or a wall. Thinking myself a god among men, I travelled the earth surrounded by my charioteers, elephants, cavalry, foot soldiers and generals, disregarding you in my deluding pride. A man obsessed with thoughts of what he thinks needs to be done, intensely greedy and delighting in sense enjoyment, is suddenly confronted by you who are ever alert. Like a hungry snake licking its fangs before a mouse, you appear before him as death. Death can come at any moment. Nobody can. As sure as death. Sure, but uncertain also when it would come. Happening is sure, but the time is unsure, uncertain. The body that at first rides high on fierce elephants or chariots, adorned with gold, and is known by the name King. See, you may become whatever. In our case, you may become manager of a company, you may become MD, managing director, CEO, or whatever. So you are elevated and you are called MD, you are called CEO, or you are called doctor, engineer. The body that at first rides high on fierce elephants or chariots, adorned with gold, and is known by the name King. Now later what happens? This is lifetime. By your inconceivable power of time, called feces, worms, or ashes. The body was called king. Then it turns, he is Hindu, he is burnt to ashes. Body turns into ashes. He is Muslim, he is turned, then it turns to soil. He is Parsi, then his body is fed to vultures. The vultures eat it and they pass it in the form of stool. That's it. Feces, worms, or ashes. Having conquered the entire circle of directions and being thus free of conflict, a man sits on a splendid throne, receiving praise from leaders who were once his equals. So like among equals he was there, now he's raised to the high position of being king, MD or whatever. But when he enters the women's chambers where sex pleasure is found, he is led about like a pet animal, O Lord. So same man, he might be very powerful, physical wrestler, educated, intelligent, king and all. But when he enters in his wife's chambers, he begs. He takes out his crown, keeps at the lotus feet of his queen. Says, "Oh my dear queen, please, I beg you for sex pleasure. Please give me sex pleasure." He becomes completely weak. So many people plead to him, "Please, O king, please don't kill me. I give all my kingdom to you, don't kill me." And say, "Okay, Abhaidan, go, get lost. Or I'll give you half the kingdom," all that. He's so powerful. But when he comes in front of his wife or woman, he is completely helpless because he also lacks that sex which only his wife can give him. A king who desires even greater power than he already has strictly performs his duties, carefully practicing austerity and foregoing sense enjoyment. But he whose urges are so rampant, thinking I am independent and supreme, cannot attain happiness. Nobody's mind and senses are under control. Then he says this verse, "When the material life of a wandering soul has ceased, O Archuta, he may attain the association of your devotees." He was wandering everywhere, with his propaganda, "I am the most powerful king." So when material life of a wandering soul ceases, he attains the association of your devotees. See, this is the process. How many of you can say that our material wandering is over? We are not looking for any pleasure. Na dhanam, na janam, na sunnis. We don't look for it. We may say it, but in the heart there is always desire. If I could get better job, more salary, rather than smartphone with iPhone, not just ordinary computer, laptop, but MacBook, like that. So aspiration, if only I could go to Paris and US, not just that Tompkins Square Park or that whatever, ISKCON temple. We may say that it's not matchless gift shop, like that. But internally there is desire to see many other parts, Statue of Liberty. Even before my plane lands in New York airport, I will be able to see Statue of Liberty. That would be the perfection of my life. So many material desires are there. And when he associates with them, associates with sadhus, your devotees, there awakens in him devotion unto you, who are the goal of the devotees and the Lord of all causes and their effects. So now you see the purport, very nice purport. Little technical, but you'll understand. Acharyas, Jiva Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti agree on the following point. What is the point? Although it is stated here that when material life ceases, one attains the association of devotees. Once your material life, all the material hankering, you understand, it's all useless. Money, women, fame, all useless. Though it is said like that although it is stated here that when material life ceases, one attains the association of devotees, then one will go for association of devotees. That is the point made in this particular verse. They are saying, in fact, it is the association of the Lord's devotees that enables one to transcend material existence. The other way around. Isn't it? How many of you say the second point is more valid for you? How many of you say the first point is more valid? You were frustrated in material life. You said, just hell with everything. I am looking for achieving Lord, like Dhruva Maharaj, I'm ready to go to forest and all that. How many of you are in that category? No one. See? Acharyas are saying. Srila Jiva Goswami explains this apparent inversion of sequence by quoting the Kavya Prakash, 10th chapter, 153rd verse, as follows. Karya karanayoscha purva parya viparyayo vigyayati shayoktihi syatsaha. A statement in which the logical order of a cause and its effect is reversed should be understood as atishayokti, emphasis by extreme assertion. Srila Jiva Goswami cites the following commentary on this statement. Karanasya shighra karitam vaktum karyasya purvam ukto. To express the swift action of a cause, one may assert the result before the cause. Palashruti is there in the scriptures. If one attains this here, Katha, Varahalila, or Devahuti, Akhyan, Kapil Akhyan, then one will attain this. So, because that is going to happen, so that's why that is emphasized even before beginning that Akhyan. To express the swift action of a cause, one may assert the result before the cause. In this connection, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti points that the merciful association of the Lord's devotees makes possible our determination to become Krishna conscious. And Acharya agrees with Srila Jiva Goswami that this verse is an instance of Atishayokti. So this is how it is for us. If we associate with devotees, definitely our material life will cease. So in material life they have this eating, meeting, sleeping, defending. But in the association of devotees, what do we have? Chanting, dancing, feasting. Nacho gao bhakta sange karo sankirtan Krishna upadesha kari tarayi jan. Shileshwarpuri, after initiating Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, says that, my dear child, nacho, dance, gao, sing, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Karo sankirtan, nacho gao bhakta sange, in the association of devotees. Karo sankirtan, Krishna upadesha kari, tell others about Krishna. Krishna upadesha kari, tarayi jan, and thus deliver all the people around you. So association of devotees is very important. That gives us inspiration and we make advancement. So many places we already say ekaki amar nahi payable satam prasangan. Jai Krishna says naham tisthami vaikunthe yoginam hridayeshu va tatra tisthami narada yatra gayanti mad bhaktana. I don't reside in Vaikuntha, O Narad Muni. I don't reside in the hearts of yogis also. Yogis are trying to, that is samadhi state, when the yogi can meditate on Paramatma in his heart only, on the lotus of his heart, Paramatma, the expansion of, or rather saying Shirodaksha Vishnu is standing and he is meditating on that form continuously. That is perfectional stage in Ashtanga Yoga. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pratyahar, Pranayam, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. Last stage. So there also I am not. Through that yogi process also I cannot obtain Krishna. Naham tishtami vaikunte yoginam hridayeshu va tatra tishtami narada. Oh my dear Narad Muni, I reside there. Where? Not in Vaikuntha, not in yogi's heart. Yatra gayanti madbhaktaha, where my devotees come together and sing my glories. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So now your puja is worshipping deity, but deities also take more pleasure in Katha and Kirtan. So many pastimes are there, wherein it is revealed that, Gauridas Pandit's deities, Gaur Nitai. So once when he was worshipping them, and then after worshipping them, when he wanted to worship all the Vaishnavas, what had happened? By the Ganges bank, there was his disciple Hridaya Chaitanya, who was celebrating Gaur Purnima there. So there was Kirtan. He had invited hundreds of devotees. They all were singing jubilantly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. So when Gauridas Pandit worshipped Gaur Nitai, and when he tried to do that for devotees, then when he again went back to deity side, then he saw deities are missing. He was wondering where. Gaur Nitai jumped out of the altar and he ran to the bank of the Ganges. And they were also dancing with the devotees and chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Such amazing Lord's nature. He likes to be with the devotees because devotees are always discussing about him. He likes to be there, isn't it? Wherever people are glorifying you, that's where you would like to be, isn't it? Otherwise 10 crore people, your followers are glorifying you in that place, and you are here not being able to hear them. You will be most pathetic. You want to be there. You want to be there. So Krishna wants to be with devotees and wants to hear his glory. He is worth glorifying only, no doubt about it. Uttam Shlok is to be glorified in choice poetry. So he likes to be with his devotees. So that's why Kanishta Adhikari is recommended to do deity worship. But Madhyama Adhikaris take pleasure in hearing about Krishna more. That doesn't mean that they don't worship deities. That is fine. But Krishna is more felt, realized, and is easy to obtain when we are hearing Krishna Katha in the midst of devotees. So devotees are most powerful personalities on planet Earth. In conversation between Ramananda Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on the bank of Godavari river in Kur, there is discussion. So he asked many questions. In Bhagavad Gita, 5000 years back, Arjun asked questions and Krishna was replying. Same Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 4500 years back, that means 500 years before now. And Krishna came, Arjun came as Ramananda Rai. So now Krishna in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking questions to Arjun in the form of Ramananda Rai. So many questions Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked. And Prabhu is Ramanandra is answering them. So he says, Kirti Madhye, Kona Kirti Sarvasrishta hai. Who is most famous person on planet? He says devotee. Ramananda says devotee. Devotee is most famous. So how many of you want to become very famous? For Lord. Once one devotee was massaging my hand, and I was on my stomach and he was massaging, and then suddenly he caught my hand and he was not massaging only. And I was wondering what happened, because my back was towards him. I said, Prabhu, what happened? Why you stopped massaging and what are you saying? Do you know astrology? You are saying my lines on my hand. He said, yes, Prabhu. I said, what is written there? I asked him. He said, you will be very famous, Prabhu. I said, oh, no. That is not the goal of my life. To make Krishna the most famous, to make Prabhupada the most famous, that is the only goal of my life. So, okay, if at all I become famous and many followers come, then I will tell them, Krishna you worship, you surrender to Prabhupada. Like that. Devotee is most famous. Ebeyash Goshukri Bhuvana. All 14 planet system. Tribhuvan means 14 planet system. They all sing his glories. And in Bhagavad Gita also Krishna recommends that Tadvitti Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya Upadekshanti Te Jnanam Jnaninas Tattvadarshina. To understand transcendental knowledge, you have to compulsory. You have to go to Guru. Pranipana. You bow down to him, be submissive, inquire from him, and then render service. As per the inquiry, you will get answers. The topmost inquiry is, how can I serve you? First, we have to know why to serve. Why should I surrender to Krishna? Why should I serve Krishna? So Guru will tell that, Sambandha Jnana. And then he says, okay, I understood I should surrender to Krishna. How should I surrender? So he will say, Abhideya. Okay, this how you surrender. So that's what second meeting onwards, Prabhupada always asks Bhaktivinoda Thakur that question only. How can I serve you? First meeting, there were some arguments, so to say. But then Bhaktivinoda Thakur convinced him, the only problem in this world is lack of Krishna consciousness, and only solution is Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada got convinced. So next meeting onwards, we had around 12-13 meetings. So every time he would ask this question only, my dear spiritual master, how can I serve you? And whatever Bhaktivinoda Thakur expected, that's how he served. That is Seva. So Pradipan, Pariprashna and Seva. That submission is most important. And hearing, Prashna, you have heard, that's why you have questions. The one more you hear, more questions you have. So that is very good. So that's why hearing in the association of devotees, that is authorized. This comes in Parampara. That's why one should hear. Also in 11th canto, Krishna says that Tad Vidyanartham Sagurum Eva Abhigacche. In order to learn this science, one must approach the lotus feet of spiritual master, who is the topmost devotee. And he will also tell some things, then eventually he will put the disciple under the care of other devotees. And I have trained you earlier, now you all train him, my disciple. So like that. So we need to be Itashana devotees only. So there are some glories of Vaishnavas. This is the 12th chapter of Prema Vivarta, written by Jagdanand Pandit, who in Krishna Lila is Satyabhama, who appeared in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes as Jagdanand Pandit. He has written one book called Prema Vivarta. It has 20 chapters. 18th chapter is glories of Ekadashi. 19th chapter is the mysteries of holy name. And 20th chapter is glories of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So here 12th chapter is glories of the Vaishnavas. I would like to discuss this to some extent. Jalamaya Tirtha Mrutti Shilamaya Murti Bahukale Deya Jiva Rudhe Dharma Spurti. Holy waters and ardent deities gradually reveal dharma in the hearts of souls. Holy waters, Ganga, Yamuna and all that, and ardent deities gradually reveal dharma in the hearts of souls. Gradually. Krishna Bhakta Dekhi Dure Jaya Sarvanartha Krishna Bhakti Samudita Haya Paramartha. But simply by seeing a devotee of Krishna, all obstacles go away and the supreme wealth, devotion to Krishna arises in full. So contrast is revealed. If you are going to take bath in holy rivers, it will take long time. Or if you keep taking darshan of deities, still it will take long time for you to realize what is highest dharma. But simply by seeing a devotee, all obstacles from your life will go away, and the supreme wealth, that is devotion to Krishna, that will arise in the heart in fullness. Jaharani kate gele papa dure jai ye mono dayala Prabhu ke bako thapa. Just by going close to a pure devotee, just close you go, nothing else you do. Just go close, all your sinful reactions will fly away. Just like if you go close to a tree, what happens? Immediately the birds on the tree fly away. They're scared. Hey, somebody has come. Maybe he will attack us. We will get killed. So they fly away. So Papa Pakshis, the birds of our sinful reaction, are sitting on our body only. And there are many of them sitting. And till you get it, they will not fly away in one sense. Like some of us will catch cold after 2-3 days or 5-10 days or 1-2 months later. Somebody will get fever after 1 to 5 months or 1 year later. Somebody may get some dangerous disease, cancer, heart attack. So because the Papa Pakshi of that heart attack is sitting on your body, and similarly cancer is sitting, you cannot see. Now there is no symptom. You go to doctor, yeah, healthy, puff. No, not healthy. But that Papa Pakshi is sitting, which the doctor, neither allopathic doctor nor ayurvedic doctor, nobody can see that. Only pure devotee sees that, how people are suffering because of their sinful reactions. And that's why, because people don't come close to pure devotee only goes close to sinful people. Like Prabhupada to Bauri, the headquarters of Maya. There are such sinful people taking drugs, illicit sex, intoxication, gambling. Prabhupada went to purify them. So this is the power of a devotee. Gangara parasha haile paschate pavan darshane pavitra karo yehi tomar guna. Same words. Same there. Narottama Das Thakur Maharaj is saying. That is little later. This is Jagdana Bhatt is saying beforehand only. So saying Gangara parasha haile. Only if you touch the waters of the Ganges, then you become purified. Not otherwise. But darshane pavitra karo. Just by seeing a pure devotee, you will be purified. Darshane pavitra karo, yehi tomara guna. This is your quality. Sadhu Sangha Phal is telling. The result of association is sadhus. Samsara dhamite tava kshayon mukha yave sadhu sangha sangatana bhagyakrame have. In this third verse he says, when the souls wandering throughout samsara comes to an end, then according to their fortune, they attain the association of the sadhus. The same point, what is told in that 10th canto. No, not that. What Muchukunda is saying. The same point is told by Jagdana Bhatt. So this is told in the scriptures. But why Jiva Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, they are telling that Atishayoti? Because that is what is the nature of pure devotees. Very compassionate. They go to suffering sinful people, and by associating with that sadhu and following the path given, laid down by those sadhus, then slowly, Apavarga Vartmani, the person is walking on the path of Apavarga, getting liberated, and then he will be liberated also. So otherwise, scriptures say this. So all of us, we can see how we are those most fortunate souls on planet Earth. That by Prabhupada's grace, we all have come to Sadhu Sangha. Otherwise, how many of us, before coming to ISKCON, how many of us took entrance in engineering? Oh, now I have come away from my parents, and now I will be searching for sadhus. Nobody was there. Radhesham Prabhu, he told that when he got admission in IIT Powai for Tech. So when he just settled everything in the hostel, kept luggage and everything, then he was searching where are sadhus here around. So there was Chinmaya Mutt next to IIT Bombay. So he was happy, oh, there is nearby Chinmaya Mutt. So he went inside the mutt and he associated with the sadhus. He said, fortunately, Chinmaya Swami was not there. He had gone to Himalayas for his tapasya or something. So Radhesham was paid for ISKCON. He would have been Chinmaya Swami by now, having thousands of followers. So good that he did not become sannyasi there. So how many of us were like that? We were not like that. We did not take admission in college for taking association of sadhus. In fact, sadhus came to our college, our hostel. And we were reluctant. Don't do so much follow. I came here for education. And you are telling what you are doing. So we can see how we were not ready. How many of you agree that you were not ready for sadhu sangha? Yes. How many of you say, no, you were very right. You were mad for sadhu sangha. You wanted to give up your family life. You wanted to give up your education. His Holiness Navagindra Swami Maharaj, at the age of 9 only, he ran away from home and went in some matas and all sadhus. He was staying with them. So Some such people, those who have sannyas rekha in their line, in their hands, they will sannyas yoga. They will be like that. Like one of the astrologers who was given the astrological charts of His Holiness Navagandra Swami Maharaj in childhood. So he saw, and when he said, hey, ये लड़के के जीवन में स्त्री सुख लिखा ही नहीं है. In this boy's hands line, there is no happiness or wife like that. And immediately Maharaj was a boy only. He was in another room. He happened because he loudly shouted, exclaimed, "Oh, such a horrible thing!" And parents were also shocked. And Maharaj said, "अरे स्त्री दुख नहीं, स्त्री सुख नहीं, स्त्री दुख लिखा ही नहीं है मेरे जीवन में." स्त्री से कभी सुख मिलता है क्या? भक्ति से मिलता है. So he was very convinced. This is a boy. Navagandra Swami is a boy, not Navagandra Maharaj. He's a boy only. Sharma, some Yogendra Sharma, some name was there, something like that. So just see. So he was right for sadhu sang. He went also. He joined Mata also. We were not right. So we are so fortunate. Prabhupada is giving. So now whether we value association of devotees or not, are we realizing how important is association? If not, then we are very unfortunate people. Then he says, Sadhu Sangha Phale Krishne Sarveshwareshware Bhavodaya Haya Bhai Jivera Antare. Brother, as a result of this association with the sadhus, devotion to Krishna, the Lord of all Lords, appears within their hearts. So here also we saw Sadhu Sangha, Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Haya Sadhu Sangi. So all of us we have seen our Krishna Bhakti took birth because of association of sadhus. And for continuing also, how many of you agree? If there is no association of devotees, you are all alone on planet Earth practicing bhakti and all others are materialists, you will go on with devotional service, chanting 16 rounds daily throughout life. How many of you are like that? We all agree. If it is not ISKCON temple, ISKCON devotees, we won't be able to go on. We require association of devotees now also. And afterwards also we will require. Next he says, Saita Prakruta Bhakta Dikshita Haya Krishnarchana Kare Vidhi Margete Vasiya. Now the devotees levels, Kanishta Madhyam Uttam. Because Sadhu Sang, there will be association of Kanishta Adhikaris, there will be association of Madhyam Adhikaris, will be association of Uttam Adhikaris. So we should know who they are, their characteristics and whom to aspire for association. He said these beginner devotees become initiated and worship Krishna according to the regulated path. So actual initiation means second initiation only, not the first, Harinam Diksha. That's why you can see very clearly he says, Saita Prakruta Bhakta, he is a Kanishta Adhikari, Dikshita Haya, he gets initiated, Krishna Archana Kare, he worships deities, Vidhi Margete Vasiya, according to Vidhi Marg. Vidhi Marg has so many rules and regulations. So that is second. That's why same thing Srila Rupa Goswami also says in the 5th verse of Nectar of Instruction. Krishneta yasya giritam manasa digeta dikshasti chet pranati bhishcha bhajantam isham shushrushaya bhajana vigyamana nemanya nindadi shunyamritam ipsita sanga labdhya Krishneta yasya giritam manasa adriyata. In your mind, adriyat, you should adar, you should offer respect. To whom? Krishneti yasya giritam. Who chants Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He is a neophyte devotee. He has just begun, he is chanting Hare Krishna Mantra. Krishneti yasya giritam manasa adriyata. To such a devotee, this verse is talking about Madhyam Adhikari. This is 5th verse. First 4 verses are talking about Kanishta Adhikari. Vacho Vegam, Manasatrodha Vegam. That is talking the culmination only. One who has controlled the 6 urges, he can make disciples all over the world. Second was Atyahar Prayasas, talking about 6 things which are dangerous for advancing in bhakti. Then next 6 verses, 6 things, this thing, Utsaha Nishyad Dhairya, they talk about person who has come to the mode of goodness. And he is practicing this, he is always enthusiastic, he is patient about results, he is determined in his life, and he follows the rules and regulations, he takes association of devotees, avoids materialistic people's association. So that is 3rd verse. 4th verse, loving dealings while being with devotees. Dadati pratigrihanati guhyamakhyati pruchati bhukte bhojayate chaiva shadvidham priti lakshanam. So this should be our hallmark. This is the hallmark of a Madhyam Adhikari. He has very loving, affectionate, friendly relationship with all devotees. He hates none of the devotees. So you see, we hate so many devotees. So that shows that you are a Kanishta Adhikari. If you hate even one devotee, you are a Kanishta Adhikari. You cannot hate any devotee. That is a Madhyam Adhikari. You love, you are affectionate to all the devotees. You know, faults are there with everyone. Just like we have our kids, grastas have. So then you take very lovingly your child and he passes urine. And your kurta is all weight like that. So then you keep the child down and tell your wife, could you please take care of him, change his diaper, and then you have to change your kurta also. Like, so you don't throw away the child. You run. How much love I was offering? This kid, he doesn't know when to pass and where to pass. Urine. So he thought this is in a living toilet. My father. So he doesn't know. So likewise, Kanishka Adhikari will have defects, but Madhyamadhikaris are patient, are tolerant about it. These beginner devotees become initiated and worship Krishna according to the regulated path. So there he says, Dikshasti Chet. Now he is initiated. One who is chanting Hare Krishna, he is not initiated. One should offer obeisances to him in the mind. That means Madhyamadhikari. If he is a Kanishta Adhikari, then you have to bow down physically also. That is the recommendation. But if somebody is evolved in his consciousness, he doesn't have to physically bow down. But he respects such a person in the mind. In the mind, he offers obeisances. Manasa Adriyata. Dikshasti. Now he is initiated devotee. That neophyte is initiated now. Dikshasti Chet. Pranati Bhishcha Bhajantam Isham. The Supreme Lord is Bhajantam. He is worshipping. So which is worship? Deity worship. So Diksha always refers to second initiation. That's why some gurus in ISKCON, they give first Diksha easily. Second Diksha, they are very particular. They will take personal interview of that disciple. And they will find out whether he is really qualified or not. If they find really qualified, then they will give him second Diksha, otherwise not. So first Diksha is given easily. In Gaudiya Math, the one who is coming for 1 week and chanting 4 rounds or something, they give him Diksha. Harinam Diksha is very quick. It's the glory of Srila Prabhupada who made Harinam Diksha so high level, high class, topmost. And second Diksha is secondary because Harinam is the goal. Harinam is the most important thing. But then in scriptures, the recommendation for deity worship is there. One officially begins his devotional service as a Kanishta Adhikari through deity worship. And that's why he is given Diksha. In fact, for that matter, His Holiness Bhanu Maharaj says that Diksha is not required for chanting Harinam. If you have to worship the deities, then you require Brahman Diksha and that you require some Guru. So he says very much emphasis he gives on that. But for being humble, or officially or what you call, let us have some obligation on us, so better accept Harinam Diksha. So that it's a bold declaration to all Vaishnava community, entire Vaishnava community, that I am disciple of such and such Guru and in front of him I have taken a vow, throughout life I'll chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then it's bond, just like marriage one does, not court marriage. That is hardly, it's such a dangerous thing. Only the man, woman and one witness is there. Because this man cheats this woman or woman cheats this man, somebody should tell, he is a cheater. He had married her or she had married him. So it's a very dangerous thing, court marriage. But how the Vedic marriage is inviting hundreds and thousands of people, relatives. And in front of everyone, that boy and girl, they promise that I take responsibility of this girl throughout my life. And she also says, I will be very faithful, loyal, till last breath I will be submissive and do assist him in all these activities like that. So bold decrees. Tomorrow if anybody goes against their vows or their commitment, then immediately society people can catch them. Hey, how you are neglecting your wife? Or hey, how can you be not submissive to your husband? So that's why that is bold declaration. So better go through that. But otherwise, Diksha means generally second Diksha. And then deity worship begins. Uttama madhyama bhakta nakare vichar shuddha bhakte samadara nahayatahar. They cannot judge who is an advanced or intermediate devotee and do not appreciate pure devotees. This is a sign of a Kanishta Adhikari. They cannot judge who is an advanced or intermediate devotee. They can't understand. Okay, they think everybody is Kanishta. Or they may in the beginning stage may think everybody is pure devotee. Like how many of you thought like that when you came to ISKCON? All exalted souls, all are pure devotees. How many are like that? Yeah, many are like that. All are wearing dhoti kurta, or sari, tilak, everybody has. Everybody is pure devotee. And then you show your colors after some months. All are not pure devotees. Nobody is pure devotee in ISKCON except Prabhupada. And you start preaching also. That is another aspect. So that is not the way. So he cannot judge who is an advanced or intermediate devotee. He cannot even understand who is Madhyamadikari. He thinks, okay, everybody is Kanishta in ISKCON. And do not appreciate pure devotees. I asked yesterday, that is only Indradumi Swami Maharaj association we had. So if only Maharaj goes on for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, how many devotees are not ready for it? So most of the devotees are not ready. No, Maharaj should end class. Enough of this kirtan. I am hungry now. Prasad is required. This is not the only limb of bhakti. Keep looking at pure devotees and participating in kirtan. No. That is okay. We had 2, 3 hours. Generally we are okay for 1 hour. That is the sadhaka. 1 or 2 hour lecture is okay. Okay, he is a pure devotee, so 2 hours is okay. 2 hours is okay. But not for 5, 6 hours. Maharaj, please get down. Okay, if you don't get down, I will go get out of this class. One of the two. Because I cannot take you out, so I will go only from here. Like that. But for my prestige, how can I go away? What will other devotees think? I have to sit here. Okay, the only other option is I can take rest. Last night I did not have proper rest, so I will cover up now. Okay, let Maharaj go on and on. No problem. His wish. Like that. And at the end he will get up without any default. And no help is required. He will get up. Next he talks about Madhyamadikari. Krishna prema bhakta maitri modhe kripa ar शुद्ध भक्त द्वेषी उपेक्षा यहार तिहोत प्रकृत भक्ति साधक मध्यम अति शीघ्र कृष्ण बले होइब उत्तम. Those who have love for Krishna, friendship with the devotees, this is hallmark of Madhyamadikari. He is friendly with all devotees. He doesn't discriminate too much. Okay, seniors are seniors and equals, juniors are there, but he thinks all are friends only. Everybody is my friend. Friendship with devotees, compassion for the ignorant, and disregard for those who are inimical to pure devotees, are intermediate practitioners of devotion. By Krishna's grace, they very quickly become advanced devotees. Madhyamadikari will be very fast. Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav, Prem. These 5 are very fast. But only Anartha Nivritti is the longest phase. It's climbing on the mountain. Even Prem, this Shraddha, it doesn't take much. One Agyat Sukruti one performs. Somehow in India, Mathura Lodge, Radharani Hotel, this kind of thing. So Agyat Sukruti piles up and it leads to attraction. And we get attracted to sadhus. And sadhus will no doubt will give us bhajan and take this mala, start chanting. And because the association of devotees is there, worldwide ISKCON organization, very quickly one will come to 16th rounder getting initiated. This is very fast. Then Anarthas begin. Anartha Nivritti begins. And then he feels, my God, there are mountains of lust, mountains of pride, mountains of anger, and I don't think I can make it. Then he becomes frustrated, he stops coming to temple, or he becomes slack in devotional practices, he's not coming every week to temple. His enthusiasm is gone. He was enthusiastic till he got initiated. After initiation, then not visible. So that is not how one should be. Madhyamadikari is how they are. They are our ideals in oneself. We cannot become Uttamadikaris, but we can become Madhyamadikaris. Next he says about Uttamadikari. Sarvabhute Shri Krishnera Bhava Sundarshana Bhagavane Sarvabhute Karena Darshana Shatru Mitra Vishayete Nahi Ragadvesh Tiho Bhagavatottama Yehi Gaura Upadesh. See the difference between Madhyamadikari and Uttamadikari. Madhyamadikari has Ishwareshu Tadadineshu Balisheshu Dvishashucha Prema Maitri Krupa Upeksha Ya Karoti Samadhyamaha. One who behaves with 4 categories of people in 4 different ways. Krishna is the first. He is the object of his love. Next is Tad Adhi. Those who are subordinate to Krishna. They are devotees. Towards them, he has friendship, Maitri. Then Bali Sheshu. Those who are innocent people. So many innocent people are there. Who are right candidates for accepting bhakti. Provided devotees are compassionate to them. Unfortunately, Kanishtadikari doesn't have proper understanding. He thinks, oh, he is eating meat. How can he take book? He will not take book of proper. He is unfit. Anyway, at least he is eating meat. I cannot show him book. No, you can show him book. That is the beauty of books of Prabhupada, who are not different from deities. Deities, even all of us cannot touch the deities. Only Pujari who has taken bath. Even Pujaris cannot touch deities. They have to take bath, wear fresh clothes, tilak, everything, and do that Achman, Pranam and all that. Then they can go inside and touch the deities. So many rules and regulations. But Prabhupada's books are not different or more powerful than deities, more merciful than deities. Even if somebody is eating meat with his right hand, you can show him the book and he can take his left hand, he can see and he can purchase also if he likes to. So that is Madhyamadikari. He knows the beauty of the compassion of Acharyas and he distributes that. But Kanishta Adhikari, no, he is a meat eater. He cannot be given. Or he seems to be mad fellow. He seems to be poor fellow. I cannot show him book. He will not take book. In the beginning of this thing, he will not take book. So he is very pessimistic. Whereas Madhyamadikari are very optimistic. No, everybody requires Krishna. All people's, all sufferings are only because of not having Krishna only. So I must give everyone Krishna. In which form, to whom we give, that intelligence he has. Small children are there, he may give them prasad. Or some small devotional gift. And elder people are there educated, so he may show them books and other things like that. So that should be the way. Now you see Uttamadhikari. Those who see the presence of Krishna in all beings. That Krishna is situated in everyone's heart. Sarvasya chaham riti sannivishto. That Krishna is situated in the form of Paramatma, in the heart of everyone. See all beings within Krishna. Like when you see Krishna Chandra, you see Jagannath, then you know entire population of not only just Bangalore, India, the world, all jivas are in Lord Jagannath. They are there. So that understanding he has. See all beings within Krishna. Yomam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mai pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sachamena pranashyati. Krishna is telling that one who sees me in everything and everything in me, everything and everyone in me. For him, I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. Uttamadhikari and Krishna have such intimate relationship. Krishna is all the time thinking of Uttamadhikari, pure devotee, and Uttamadhikari is all the time thinking of Krishna only. No other thought. That's why he is saying, he is never lost to me, nor am I ever lost to him. Such intimate relationship is there. Then he says, and have no attachment or aversion to enemies, friends. For us, even within devotees, we make enemies. Oh, he is devotee's enemy. That day he did not give me gulab jamun. He gave me only 2. I wanted 5, but he said no. Only 2 per head. That is the rule. So he should have given his 2 quota, he can give me. I am after all सर्वश्रेष्ठ devotee. और तुम्हारे भक्त जनों में हमसे बढ़कर कौन, स्वामी हमसे बढ़कर कौन, देवा देवा बेंगलुरु देवा तुमसे बढ़कर कौन, और तुम्हारे भक्त जनों में हमसे बढ़कर कौन, स्वामी हमसे बढ़कर कौन. Should have given me why 4 gulab jamun? He should have given me 40 gulab jamun. The entire pot only he should have given me. All other devotees can starve, die, no problem. I deserve gulab jamun like that. When I am Sarvashreshta devotee, topmost devotee. So, but Kanishta Adhikari thinks that these devotees are my enemies. And these devotees are very good. They are my friends. They pamper me. So that kind of differentiation is not made by Uttamadhikari even with outsiders. Our Haridas Thakur was beaten up in 22 marketplaces. But he never became averse to those executioners. Khanda khanda ho deha jaya jati pran tabuami vadane na chhadi hari na. This is the determination, conviction of Namacharya Haridas Thakur. He says that even if you cut my body into millions of pieces, from each piece, holy name will spring. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And those executioners obeyed him. For their sake, he made drama of dying also. So much time wasted, not wasted, because he was compassionate. And he did not see them as enemies, though they beat him. Or the world, he says, those who see the presence of Krishna in all beings, see all beings within Krishna and have no attachment or aversion to enemies, friends, or the world, are advanced devotees. These are Gaura's teaching. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given this teaching. Next he talks about Uttama Bhaktir Vishaya Svikar. How the advanced devotees accept material things. Vishaya Indriya Dware Kariya Svikar Ragadvesha Hina Bhakti Jivane Yahar Samasta Jagat Dekhi Vishnu Maya May Bhagavata Ganottama Se Mahashay. Those great souls who accept material things through their senses but live a life of devotion, free from attachment and aversion, and who see the entire world as a manifestation of Vishnu's energy, are advanced amongst the devotees of the Lord. So they have clear vision. If at all they take anything, any object, they take it just for maintenance of the body, which is fully engaged in the service of the Lord. And the whole world is Vishnu's energy only. Then next he talks about how they control the work of their senses. Dehendriya pranamana buddhi yukta save janmanasha kshudha trishna bhaya upadrave anitya samsara dharme hayya mat mohahi krishna smari kala kate bhakta samichin. Although they have a body, senses, a life force, a mind and intelligence, wise devotees remain unaffected by birth, death, hunger, thirst, fear and disturbances, as well as the temporary nature of this world. They spend their time remembering Krishna. This is Uttama Adhikari. All the time is thinking of Krishna. Next he says, Tahara karma deha yatrarthe matra kamera janma nahi. Their worldly activities are only for the maintenance of their body, not for selfish enjoyment. Yara chitte nirantara yashoda nandan deha yatra matra kama karmera grahan. Devotees in whose heart Krishna is always present accept engagement in worldly actions only to maintain their bodies. So if they have job and all that thing, eating, taking pani, water and all that, it is only for bodily maintenance. There is absolutely no tinge of enjoyment in any of these activities, while eating, while drinking, or sleeping, or earning money. Absolutely no interest in these things. Kama karma bija rupa vasana tahar chitte nahi janmeyai bhakti tattvasar. Material desire, the seed of worldly actions, does not arise in their heart. This is the essence of devotion. Then he talks about the surrendered soul has no conception of the body being the self. Jnana karma varnashrama dehera swabhav tahe sangha dwara haya aham mama bhav. Knowledge, action and social duties are attributes of the body, and the conceptions of I and mine arise through attachment to them. Because one has attachment to all these things, body and all that. So aham and mama come. Deha satve aham mama tara nahi pyar bhava nahi yar hari priya janeti ho karaha vichar. Consider those who have no conception of I or mine in relation to their body to be dear to the Lord. So they don't have this I and mine concept. For them, I belong to Krishna, and my also, Mamakar, Krishna belongs to me. This kind of strong conception, conviction is there in the heart of pure devotees. Then how he is equal toward all beings. Vitta satve tahe chadi swapara bhavana tumiyami satva bhede mitrari kalpana sarva bhute samabuddhi shantaye jan bhagavattotama bali tahara gana. Peaceful souls who reject the conceptions of mind and others regarding property, reject distinctions between themselves and others, reject the conceptions of friends and enemies, and are equal towards all beings, are advanced devotees. Like our Tukaram Maharaj, he worked in some field, wife told him, for family maintenance, and that owner gave him some sticks of sugar cane, and he was carrying some 15-20. As he was coming on the road, some children came, Baba, Baba, give me one stick. Like that. Then he said, wait, my dear child, and he took out one, take it, huh? Don't worry, don't cry. Then he went and he told other friends, hey, I got from that Baba. So they all also came, Baba, we also want. Okay, don't fight, take it. And he gave. And towards the end, when he came home, he was having only one stick. And then two children were there, so he broke it into two pieces, gave one to him, one to her. And the wife said, hold it, so long you worked, you got only one stick of sugar cane. So no, 15-20 I had got. So where are other? On the way, children approached and they were crying for it, so I gave. And she said, what? Foolishness. How can I give them? They are not our children. You don't think like that, they are not our children. All are children of Lord only. And she said, oh my God, what a rascal husband I have got. Our children are our children. And other children are other children. They are not our children. So she was making distinction. But Tukaram Maharaj could not make any distinction. My children, other children, all children. We are all children of Krishna. So this is Uttama Adhikari. So we have to reach this level. Then next he says, Krishna Pada Padme se Sura Mrugya Dhana Bhavuvana Vaibhavalagi Nachade Jana Krishna Pada Smruti Nime Shardhana Hi Tyaje Vaishnava Agraniti Ho Paranande Maje. Those who do not leave Krishna's lotus feet, the wealth sought by the wise, for the sake of worldly opulence and do not forget Krishna's feet for even half a second are advanced devotees and are immersed in divine ecstasy. Then next he talks about the devotees free from the three miseries. Krishna pada shakha nakha mani chandrikaya nirasta sakalatapa yahara nihaya hiyaya sekena vishaya surya tapa anvishibe rudhaya shitalatara sarvada rahibe. Why would the soul from whose heart all miseries have been driven away by the moonlight from the jewel-like toenails of Krishna's feet seek the misery produced by the sun of mundanity, material life? Such a soul's heart always remains tranquil. This is Uttamadikari. This is absolutely not disturbed. Poverty, opulence. Prabhupada said that Krishna tested me twice. First, by taking everything away from me. Prabhupada became bereft of all his property, business, everything was looted. And second, after he established ISKCON, so much money came. He went with 40 rupees, never used for those 2.5 years in West. And there so much money came, and eventually ISKCON had 40 rupees, it became 40 crore, 100 crore. Now one temple, our Rohini temple, not Rohini temple, I think Dwarka temple in Delhi is 300 crore temple. And IYF is 600 crore and plus whatever. Now one temple of ISKCON now, minimum 100 crore, 150 crore. Now I think in 2-3 days we are opening Kharghar temple, Radha Gopinath temple I think. So they are Madan Mohan temple, so in Kharghar. So that also budget was 150 crore I think. But it is already crossed long before. So we can see how much wealth came. But Prabhupada remained undisturbed, whether wealth or poverty. Other qualities of the advanced devotee. He says, Ye bedheche prema chade Krishna gri kamala nahi chade haritara rudhaya sarala. The Lord never leaves the sincere hearts of those who have bound his lotus feet with the rope of divine love. अवशेयो यदि मुखे स्फुरे कृष्ण नाम भागवत तमसे पूर्ण सर्वकाम. If even involuntarily the name of Krishna appears in their mouth, then they are an advanced devotee and are their desires and all their desires are fulfilled. Without your trying, avasheyo, without wash, uncontrollably your tongue should be chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. So this is advanced devotee, even if not pure devotee. The sign of a very advanced devotee, irresistibly the tongue is continuously chanting, or if not, mind is thinking of Krishna all the time. Swadharmera guna dosha bhujiya ye jan sarvadharma chadi bhaje Krishnera charan seita uttama bhakta ke hatarasam na ache jagate ara bhagavatottama. Those who understand the qualities and faults of social duties subsequently leave aside all such duties and serve the feet of Krishna are advanced devotees. Throughout the world there are no advanced devotees equal to them. So one should see the qualities and faults of social duties and leave them all aside and be completely surrendered to Krishna. Krishnera swarupa ara namera swarupa bhaktera swarupa ara bhaktira swarupa janiya bhajan kare yei mahajan tara tulya nahi kya vaishnava sujan. There are no sincere devotees comparable to the great souls who engage in service, understanding the true nature of Krishna, the true nature of the name, the true nature of devotees and the true nature of devotion. So they very clearly understand the true nature of devotees, devotional service, Krishna and holy name. Swarupa na jane tabhu ananya bhavete Sri Krishna sakshat bhaje nama swarupete tiho bhaktottam bali jani beret bhai yehi agya diya chena Chaitanya Gosai. This is the last verse of this chapter. He says, brother, no, even those who do not understand these truths but exclusively and directly serve Krishna in the form of his name to be advanced devotees. Lord Chaitanya has given this instruction. So some may not understand such deep technical understanding, but they understand that brother, no, even those who do not understand these truths but exclusively and directly serve Krishna in the form of his name to be advanced devotees. So they may not have that understanding, but then also Madhyamadhikaris maybe, or very advanced Madhyamadhikaris, or beginners in Uttamadhikari level. So they exclusively and directly serve Krishna in the form of his name. Naam bhajan they do. Then one is very advanced devotee. So thus we see that devotees association is the most important. In their association only our bhakti takes birth and it continues and also reaches perfection. Yesterday we discussed proper talking about Shravan and Kirtan process in the 152nd verse of the 19th chapter of Madhya Lila in Rupa Shiksha. So there Prabhupada says to live in the association of devotees or to live in a temple means to associate with the Shravanam and Kirtanam process. If one really wants to do Shravanam and Kirtanam, he should live with devotees. Where? Tandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanevas Janame Janame Hoye Yehi Abhilash. I want to serve the lotus feet of the sixth Goswami. Tandera Charana Sevi. How? Bhakta Sanevas. While residing in the midst of devotees. Otherwise we won't be able to worship the lotus feet of six Goswamis. Janame Janame Hoye Yehi Abhilash. This is my aspiration birth after birth. So we have to be very clear that without association of devotees we cannot. That's why now in this marathon month, devotees went out and distributed books. And very mercifully you gave your association and Prabhupada's association through books to all those people who are not ready for Krishna. But you still approached them. Hopefully, as a compassion you went there. Hopefully not for your scores. Whatever the reason. Even if we don't have our own compassion, we act on the compassionate mission of Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and we go to each and every person. So now we gave them association of Prabhupada and our association, we are beginner devotees. Now what about us? For us to advance, we need to associate with very advanced devotees. At least Madhyamadhikaris, if not Uttamadhikaris. He says that Dikshastichet Pranati Vishya Bhajantamisham Shushrushaya Bhajana Vigyam Ananya Manyam. One should physically bow down to Madhyamadhikari. One Madhyamadhikari should physically bow down to other Madhyamadhikari. And Shushrushya, physically serve very advanced devotee, Uttamadhikari. Shushrushaya Bhajana Vigyam. They know bhajan very thoroughly, Vigya. They are experts in bhajan. They know all the intricacies of bhajan. What devotional service is and what it is not. Many times as neophytes, we lay too much stress on sadhan bhakti is good, but ultimately you have to develop bhava bhakti and all that, raganuga bhakti. So lot of emphasis on rules and regulation. And then there are fights over that also. Like some places it will say that when Namam Vishnu Padaya begins, then you should not do your left leg to right and right leg to left. Now you should go forward towards deities and then go backward from the deities. Like that. And some temples say no, it is not like that. You should continue. Right leg to the left side, left leg to the right side. So fights among this only. And the neophytes, they complain to President, what is this? Why did we change style? Earlier in Guru Puja we were going in front of Prabhupada only. Now why after Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya we are going to deities? And why we are changing that which is prescribed? What is prescribed? This is nothing, this prescribed nonsense. These are all sadhana bhakti. Why this sadhana bhakti? Rules and regulations. That something is given. But many people don't know only what is happening. In Tulsi Arati we are taking permission of Prabhupada. For worshipping one pure devotee, you don't have to take permission of another pure devotee. That rule is for inside, for pujaris. When they are going to worship their lordships, Gaurangi Bangaloreshwar, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, you cannot directly approach Krishna. So you have to approach through Guru. You have to take permission of your Guru, Param Guru Srila Prabhupada. So permission is approved. And then we begin with worshipping Supreme Lord. So that is not required here when we do Tulsi Arati. And so many things like that, many devotees don't know and their whole life goes and fights happen over this only. No, this is how it should be, that is how it should be. So this is okay, we have some rules and regulations, but that is not the goal. This is all not the goal. The goal is Krishna Smaran and different things are required for that. Unless we associate with great souls, pure devotees, we won't realize. Or even this one also, incense stick. When I was a student in 1996, the ISKCON recommendation was everything 4237. Agarbatti. Like we all have done deity worship under the guidance of Brahmachari in our college days. So how it was? Agarbatti you take 4 times to the lotus feet of each individual, 2 times, 3 times to lotus feet, then 7 times to the whole body. So afterwards then ISKCON recommendations and GBCs and all told. Only ghee lamp. It should be offered 4 times to the lotus feet, 2 times to the lotus level, 3 times to the lotus face, and 7 times. And other things are that is not strict rule, but generally 7 times we do, except Argyam, which is 3 times above the head, 7 times to the whole body, and other 7 times we offer. But in case time is less, one can do short also. One can do 3 times chamar, like that. Time is less now, time to end the Arti. That is all okay. But as far as ghee lamp is concerned, you cannot make changes because Brahma Vaivarta Purana, I have that shloka, it makes it very clear that 4 times to the lotus feet, 2 times to the lotus navel, 3 times to the lotus way, and whole body 7 times. So that verse is there in Sanskrit, and that is for ghee lamp. Traditionally, ghee lamp is most important. So many devotees, they do everything very fast. Now, Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya has begun, so now I have to complete that ghee lamp. That is not the way. Why do you worry like that? Afterwards, if time doesn't remain, chamar can be done fast. It means 3 times, 5 times you do, that's it. You don't have to do it 7 times, like that. But ghee lamp only, ghee lamp has to be done very carefully. Arti means mainly ghee lamp offering. Anyway, that is also not to be stressed too much. Shravanam and Kirtana. Prabhupada was in Kumbh Mela, 1971-72. So, you know, Kumbh Mela doesn't have walls. We don't have ISKCON temple. We have a tent covered by participation. Partition is made by that something kind of cloth or something. So wind was blowing very high speed. And when the devotee who offered agarbatti, then he was trying to ignite that ghee lamp. But then he would start the stick, matchstick, and then it would blow off because of the wind blowing. Then second he tried, third he tried, and time was passing on. The Mangalati lead singer, he was going ahead, others were going ahead. So then the anxiety came in the hearts of others. Some 2-3 devotees went, they tried to cover it, but still wind was blowing off and all that. And Prabhupada was watching all that, and Prabhupada looking at it, Prabhupada said, Hare Rana, Hare Rana, Hare Rana Maiva Kevalam, Kalo Nastaiva, Nastaiva, Nastaiva Gatiranyata. Nothing will work. He did not mean that one should not worship deity. But he said the most important is Shravanam and Kirtanam. That should be the foundation, and that is the foundation. That's why he's saying, Sei Bija Laya Kare, Bija Aropan, Shravana Kirtana Jale, Karaye Sinchan. One should take Bhaktilata Bij, received in Guru Parampara from spiritual master, sow it in the soil of one's heart, and water it to the process of Shravanam and Kirtanam. And make swift progress in the association of devotees. No point of time one can ever think of leaving association of devotees. Rather, one should want association more and more. Advancement means we want to associate with more and more devotees or very advanced devotees, pure devotees. We aspire for their association. Okay. So, by the way, our continuation yesterday. So those who like, they can shift in the temple. We are always recruiting boys for Brahmacharya Ashram. So again I extend the invitation for Sadhu Sangha, like that. In fact, for girls also and for Matajis also that should be there. We have in Prayagraj, in Varanasi, IIT BHU, Banaras Hindu University. So there we have girls' voice also, youth center for girls.
We have a girl voice here also.
Actually, you also have, very good. You know, and in Pune also we have, not exactly 1-2 flats, but girls, they are anyway studying and all. So I think, whatever, I don't know exact details, but 2-3 girls stay in one flat or one room, 2 girls stay. And they are staying very close to our Radha Vrindavan Chandra temple. Many great souls come, those girls are present for Bhagavatam class, they do book distribution. Because they are very active, they are staying close to temple, so much sadhu sangha, and they are very powerful. Similarly in Varanasi, only 3 girls I believe stay inside the youth center. Next to IIT, BHU. Because it's compulsory hostel. IIT hostel is compulsory, I think, and also medical. So the girls, some of the girls have to stay in hostel compulsory. But at least 3-4 are staying over there. It's a good beginning. So everybody should stay in Sadhu Sangha only. And this is the time, when education time, when your parents are away from you, they don't know, you can stay with devotees. And afterwards, you should take training, just like yesterday I told. When you shifted from hostel to temple to get association, not temple, to voice. And now next step, courageous step is shifting from voice to temple as a full-time brahmachari. We welcome them. Most welcome. I am the self-appointed recruiting officer for all the ISKCON temples, brahmachari ashram. There is no one on whom I could get as my authority. Krishna, Prabhupada, my authorities who are saying, go ahead, recruit all the boys. I fall short, I am not able to recruit girls because there is no facility there. But at least boys we begin with. It's very important. Think. Afterwards, actually, then you get married, not a problem. But this is the time when you are not married, when Varamala is not around your neck. When Vadumalas you can get. This is Vadumala. I got millions of Vadumalas because I skipped one Varamala. Krishna, you see, just one mala I skipped. Krishna is so merciful. Everybody putting comments. My dear wife, my dear girlfriend, Sundarshyam Prabhu. Here is a mala. I also did not put so many malas to Vindhyavihari or Sundarshyam. It's just going on daily, even 2, 3, sometimes at a time in one class 2, 3 also. I understood, he is my husband. I will never leave his lotus feet. I will serve him only. And I will get many more wives for him. Like that. That is my only goal in life. At least for now. Unless somebody catches my ear. Okay, any question? Yes.
Though Shravan Kirtan is the main thing, which Kaliyuga work and Archana doesn't work without Shravan Kirtan. So, but many times devotees may think that, deity worship is not important. Like Brahmachari,
they will not think. They are Kanish Adhikari.
Brahmachari is the second initiated. But they feel why to give time to deity seva, we have other preaching services. Because anyway, Prabhupada emphasis do Harinam book distribution. And some devotees ask me why are you giving so much emphasis for, deity worship. Prabhupada's talk. And
Two things I would say. One, to develop personal understanding of the Supreme Lord. Because you have to physically serve the Lord. You have to bathe Him. I have done that a lot when I was in 2001. And 2002, 3, 4, 5. Afterwards, as I got more and more involved with youth preaching, that too, Warangal and other going out of Pune, then deity worship reduced. But otherwise, I was doing very differently. So their personal conception of the Lord and personal purity also. Otherwise, we may have some bad habits here and there. Our bad habits will increase. Sometimes we may put finger in the nose and then just put it here and there. And just we may wash. So all these dirty habits, they will all be evaporated or eradicated. Because there, if you touch the ground also, even the altar also, when you are dressing, you have to immediately do achman. So very high level of purity will develop. And the other is personal conception of the Lord. That Krishna is person. That will develop. Very strong impression of the form of the Lord will be retained in the memory. For those who do deity worship, whether through offering bhoga, arti, dressing, putting the Lord to rest, waking Him up. I had done all this in 2001, 2, 3. And we were so enthusiastic, myself and one more brahmachari, Advaita Acharya, that Radheshambhru one point of time was about to announce both of us as full-time pujaris. That means anytime, 24 hours, we are ever ready. We were almost like that, because need was there in pujari department. But then again, Radheshambhru thought that youth preaching will suffer if these two are taken out. So somehow it was not announced. But we continued with our enthusiastic services in duty department. I would promise to Srimati Radharani on Radhashtami, our Janmashtami day to Krishna, that from this Janmashtami to next Janmashtami, I will dress you at least 50 times. In a year, we have only 52 weeks. At least 50 times, that means once in a week, which was very difficult because 12-13 days I would be out of Pune. And in the remaining time, other pujaris also want to do. So, but I would make sure that is done. I am personally dressing. That means 16 rounds will remain. Because exactly when devotees are chanting, that is the time pujaris have to be dressing the deities. So it's very helpful. I was so addicted to deities. I would, in the night when I would put Radha Kunjavari to rest, I would read Krishna book from 9:30 to 9:35. Just before putting them to sleep, we should read Krishna book for their pleasure. So after reading, then I would say thank you for Radha Kunjavari, Gaurnitai, Prabhupada. Very good. I would sometimes, many times I would feel I should sleep here only. Why should I leave them? Morning I will wake them up also. Then I understand it's offense. Our bodies are different. We don't have transcendental bodies. With those who have transcendental bodies, they are only allowed in altar. So it's very good. Personal conception. Any time, the form of the Lord will be imprinted in the mind. Prabhupada said the pujaris will not have to take birth on the planet where Krishna is performing pastimes after giving up this body. Devotees have to take birth there, where Krishna is performing pastime and participate fully there, one life. And then they can go to Golok Vrindavan. But for pujaris, direct, after giving up this body, they will directly go to Golok Vrindavan. Because they have already served the Lord physically, like Yashoda Mai serves or other friends, our gopis serve. So it has its own charm. So it's very good to do it. Okay, any other question? Yes.
Swami Pranam, two questions are there. One is heart and the mind. That
Oh,
is
no,
bhakti.
related to the class. Related to the class. Are you asking related to class?
Yeah.
Yes.
One is that bhakti. That is bhakti, and another is jnana.
Oh, no, that is not. I will talk to you personally after the class.
Okay.
We will ask some other devotee. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Really, as you mentioned, the importance of Shravanam and Kirtanam today and Sadhu Sangha.
I was instructed by my spiritual master when I joining as a brahmachari. I wrote a letter to His Holiness Radhanaswami Maharaj that Maharaj, by the blessing of Vaishnavas, I am joining as a brahmachari in Shri Radha Mandiram Temple in Pune. Please bless me so that lifelong I will serve the devotees. So I wrote some lines. Then his reply came from West Virginia, New Vrindavan. I have that letter in Pune. So in that he says, dear Sundarshyam, Prabhu, please accept my humble all that. But in the middle, what he says is, faith is very important thing in spiritual life. I'm paraphrasing, I don't remember as it is. And faith is most important thing in spiritual life. And faith increases in the association of devotees, dedicated devotees, when one hears and chants the glories of the Lord. Please try to understand the unlimited fortune given to you. I hope this letter fits you in the pink of your health, your servant, Radhanath Swami. So that is a proper letter head is there. International Society for Krishna Consciousness, Vidandi Goswami, Radhanath Swami, and it's a very nice letter. I have it in Pune. So then, so I took it, that's the goal of my life. Being with the dedicated devotees and doing Shravanam and Kirtanam throughout life. That's the instruction also to me. I will flourish like anything if I follow my Guru's Adesh. Yes.
So the problem I or many devotees may face is that, like Shravanam and Kirtanam, we know how important it is. When service comes, other engagement comes, many times it happens we compromise on Shravanam Kirtanam to do services. It's not 1 day, 2 days, it goes on continuously. And so much so that sometimes we're doing service also become mechanical. But still we are unable to give up those engagements. We still want to do it, not giving focus on Shravanam and Kirtanam.
So that is because of the modes mainly. We cannot blame authorities in ISKCON. If you are determined, if you really understand, if you are in the mode of goodness, you understand the importance of reading Prabhupada books, hearing, etc. Because that is the that is the lubricant in the machine. It's like fan. There is a ball bearing and the grease is there. So because of that, when the fan moves with high speed, noise is not so much because of the lubricant. If lubricant is removed, it will be such a noisy fan. Sometimes we do get to experience that also. So that lubricant is very, very important. Hearing about Krishna, telling others about Krishna, Shravanam and Kirtanam. So you will take out time by all means if you are really eager. And the best way to give time, take out time, is to control our tongue. Don't speak. Put a cello tape or some tape on your thing and say, unfit for speaking. There are times we speak like anything, as if we have read all the books of Prabhupada, we know. And so control your tongue. And second is eating. We eat so much, we feel drowsy. How many of you experience after prasad? How many of you sleep in the daytime? This is to be avoided. Zero. Not even for a second one should sleep in the daytime. Sleep means night only. Ayurveda says daytime sleep is useless. So that same body, I don't know how much you sleep, but let's say 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. Same time you could be reading Prabhupada books and achieve so much knowledge directly. That is Acharya Pasana, taking shelter of the lotus feet of Prabhupada and hearing from him directly. He is not dead. He is always there in his books, in the hearts of his sincere followers. So one can take shelter. So don't speak and don't eat too much. Don't eat too less also. Take the moderate quantity. Like that. Then you will be very successful in reading Prabhupada books, hearing lectures, etc. If you are really keen about it. But for that, we should have rendered services to great souls by whose grace we have overcome our passion to great extent. And the passion will, we all have been into competitive world, into competitive exams, and into engineering, medicines, whatever it is. In the cities, high passion area. So then, when we enter in ISKCON also, we'll be very passionate. Okay, I will show, kuch karke dikhana hai. But I am no less. I have biggest score of books distribution or fund collection or any field I am into, I shine like anything. So you are into passion, showing yourself off. You are not into taking shelter. So if you control yourself, it is possible. We cannot blame authorities. No. In my early brahmachari days, after prasadam, then I would, in brahmachari ashram, devotees, no blame to any brahmachari. They might be sleeping late night, and we would all sleep late night because youth preaching was booming like anything in Pune. And many other services, temple was new only, it was coming up, number of brahmacharis were increasing, services were so many. So brahmacharis would sleep late, 10:30, 11:30 in the night. So daytime, after prasadam, they would take rest in brahmachari ashram room. So I would go in that room and I would open only one window, half, like that. And the sunlight somewhat little would come. And then in that light I would read Bhagavatam. Like that. No sleeping that time. So I would not switch on light because their sleep will be disturbed. But that much light was enough for me to. It's like a night lamp we have, that kind of thing. Sunlight would come only from that small part. And then a lot was accomplished. Like that. I would read with the devotees. Counseling is what? You read. So many boys told me, counselors, they tell me, earlier we were reading so much Chaitanya Bhagavat, you read for us. In trains we would read like anything. 8 hours in the train I would read. I would tell them, what else is there? Let us read Chaitanya Bhagavat. Chaitanya Charitamrita. So many things. We can not. In my college days, devotee would be driving bike, I would sit behind and I would open the book. In the running scooter, I am reading behind. Sometimes loudly reading to him also, so that he can also hear. So where there is a will, there is a way. Where there is a strong will, there is a strong way. Where there is a weak will, there is a weak way. Where there is no will, no way. So your choice. If you want to read Prabhupada books, you will read them. His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, his schedules and their schedules, all of them, Prabhupada disciples, so packed. Radhanath Swami Maharaj would sleep 2 hours in the night. 2 hours. Daytime, no question. So only how 2 hours? He slept in 24 hours. After offering bhoga to their lordships, Radha Vrindavan Chandra there, the Lord eats prasad, bhoga, for 15 minutes. So 15 minutes he would take a rest. And there are no alarm clocks. So devotees asked Maharaj, then how do you get up? No alarm clock. Maharaj said the pressure of services was so high, by that pressure I automatically get up after 15 minutes. See, the alarm clock of Paramatma only. And like that 15 minutes, 6 offerings, so that itself becomes how much? So like that overall he would cover up 2 hours of sleep. And then he wanted to read Prabhupada books. So then he was wondering, where is the time? There is no time only. So then say one time is there, one thing I could do, I can skip breakfast. Why to keep eating whole day? Like that. So he skipped breakfast and he went to Brahmachari ashram and he started reading Prabhupada books. But so much tiredness, his head would be in the book only. He said, my head was literally in the book, but I was not able to read. Because sleep would overpower. So then he thought what to do, then he started walking and reading. That's how he would read. Similarly, His Grace Sankarshadas Adhikari Prabhu, he is a Grahastha and a Guru in ISKCON. He also skipped his breakfast. Prabhupada gave a morning walk in Venice Beach. And just in 3-4 days, the cassettes would come to his temple. So he thought, so fresh, just 3-4 days back on Venice Beach, Prabhupada gave this morning walk. And I'm so fortunate. But where is the time for hearing? There's no time only. Life was so tight. Because ISKCON is in the beginning phase. So he thought, why to eat? So 3 times a day. I will skip the breakfast. So he skipped breakfast. And daily he heard Prabhupada lectures skipping breakfast time. And some few notebooks, some 5, 6, 7, 8 notebooks are filled with the notes. You imagine how many breakfasts he must have skipped. 5, 6 notebooks to fill. It's a considerable amount of writing. So he heard lot of lectures and so many breakfasts he skipped. So if you want to read Prabhupada books, you will read them. Don't blame anybody else. We don't want to read. Our problem. Nobody else to be blamed. Sorry? Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for the class. Wonderful class. Prabhu, I have a question. My problem is I am most interested in Kirtan and hearing pastimes and prasadam also, means other kinds. But I get very little taste in chanting,
Unless your hearing is strong, your kirtanam cannot be strong. How much you have heard? That's why they say, 2 ears are given by Lord and 1 mouth only. So We have, this is our Shravan Yantra and this is our Kirtan Yantra, tongue. So these two should be very active, and more active should be hearing particularly. In fact, for that matter, now I gave this class, I am the first one to hear this class, nobody else. Others may sleep also, they may go away also, but I am the one first hearing. So that's why one has to be hearing a lot. So in all different ways, you have to develop tests, reading Prabhupada books, hearing audio lectures, nowadays video are also available. We can hear with devotees, develop some tests. Then only your chanting will improve. You have to do unlimited hearing. You should be tenacious hearer. How long you can keep on hearing? Sit in one place and read Prabhupada books, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Increase your stamina, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Like, I have done up to 10, so I can tell up to. But engineering books I have studied 12 hours, 14 hours also, studies. So we have to increase our stamina. If you want to become pure devotee in this very life, if you have planned to become in 10,000 lifetime, then take your own time. In our 12th standard, I think, or 11th standard, when I was teachers in mathematics had started teaching integration. So it was not understandable to me clearly. So I thought, what is this? 2 days, 3 days, now it's too high time. So on Sunday I sat down after eating food in mess. 11 o'clock I sat down, 7 o'clock I got up in the evening. Not getting up from the chair only. I thoroughly disintegrated the integration. I understood the whole thing. 7 o'clock I got up because I had tuition. So compulsory to go. So I got up. So 8 hours for mathematics, if I have not gotten up from the chair, for Prabhupada books, 80 hours I should not get up. That's what who did? Parikshit Maharaj did. Yes or no? If not 80 hours, how many? 7, 24 by 7. More than that maybe. How many hours? 120, 160, 180, 168 hours. He is our hero, Parikshit Maharaj. Pray to him and start at least 1 hour. Then increase slowly. That is important. We don't hear. Like parents give complaint na, when the kids are growing. Prabhu ji, zara bataiye na hamare bachche ko. He doesn't listen only to us. He doesn't listen. So that is problem with us also. As we grow in ISKCON, then we feel I have heard a lot, I know a lot, and we don't hear our superiors. Then it will be a problem. Then you will be stuck only. You cannot make further progress. Nobody can say that I will stop hearing. No, you have to hear continuously. Shravana Kirtana Jale Koraya Sinchan. This is how your Bhakti Lata will grow. Else the growth will stop, it will get dried up. Yes.
Thank you so much. Sometimes I come under Tamoguna and Rajoguna.
Sometimes only. What is the name? Arun Krishna Prabhu ki. In future, million lifetimes later, I will be sometimes in Rajoguna. I am all the time in Rajoguna.
So I understand it that something is wrong there going on, and a lot of fear comes in that what is happening and all. So how to come out of it?
In Tamoguna, this fear will be there. If you are fearful, you have Tamoguna in you.
So how to come out of
Sattva-guna fear is not there. And in Shuddha Sattva-guna, no question on it. See, according to characteristics, if you have Tamoguna, to that degree you will sleep in japa, in katha, even kirtan also you can sleep, but okay, chalo. Srila Vishnu Chandra Thakur in Madhurya Kadambini explains how in the progressive degree, in kirtan one will sleep least. In katha, Bhagavatam Kana, one will sleep little more. And in japa, you will sleep more, even more, like that. Because tamoguna is there. So nidra, alasya, laziness. How many of you found that the devotee sleeping next to you, you woke him up, shook him up, but he did not stand up only. He did nothing. Yeah, because he's lazy, he will not do. He's an alsi fellow, because tamoguna is heavily attacking him. If he was in sattva-guna, night did not get rest and slightly drowsed, and you wake him up, he will immediately stand up, he will walk, like that. Because he's in sattva-guna, but because of less rest, little problem. Nidra, alas and pramad, he will be very mad. How mad? When you touch him and Prabhu, get up. Nonsense. Huh? What happened to you? I was so much absorbed in holy name. How many of you experience of this also? He might not say it, but he might have given. What's wrong with you? Why are you disturbing my japa? My absorption, my meditation, my dhyan. So this is mad. Nidra alasya pramad. Krishna has very clearly said the symptoms of the one in the ignorance. Similarly, passion. He cannot sleep. Passionate sadhaka cannot sleep in japa. And he'll be glorified for that. But his mind sleeps. S-L-I-P-S. Not S-L-E-E-P sleep. S-L-I-P sleeps. His mind sleeps. He is not able to attentively hear only the holy name. He is expert in pronouncing. Can't hear. This is ineffective for him. He is hearing the voice of his desires, material desires. I want to become the department head of kitchen. I want to be one of my biggest book distributor. If good thoughts, otherwise negative thoughts also will be there. I want to earn money like anything. I want to have 3 BHK, 5 BHK, something like that. So this is natural. So by serving, Shushrusho Shaddadhanasya Vasavepra Punya Tirtha Nishwana. When we serve great souls, great service is done. And by such service, one develops affinity for hearing Krishna's message. And Krishna's message, Bhagavad Katha, then it is very powerful. That Nashta Prayeshu Patrishu Nityam Bhagavata Seva. One who can hear Bhagavatam, Nityam. Ideally 24 hours, but Prabhupada very mercifully says, by regular attendance in Srimad Bhagavatam classes, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost reduced to nil. That is Prabhupada's glory. But in ISKCON we have every day Bhagavatam class in temple and wherever centers are there. So one should hear that Bhagavatam. At home also, Grihastha should do that. Husband, wife, children, whosoever are present. So that is how the anarthas will reduce, slowly. It takes time. By serving pure devotees, it becomes very fast. It's like a catalyst. Yes, any other? Behind you. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, you quoted that verse that service to the great devotees used to taste. But I noticed that when we do any service, even to the devotees or any service allotted in the voice, the mind is always wandering and we are not at all conscious. And even when we are rendering service, after that I never noticed any increment or decrement in the taste for hearing.
The prolonged then you have to do. It depends on how heavy the modes are acting in us. Maybe we have not practiced devotional service for many years. Those who have practiced for many years, they will just little bit go ahead. So we have to go on. And go on with this. It is working for sure. You may not understand. Just like how many of us will eat meat if given in front of us freely? No question. Disgusting. We will not even want to be close to that. So we are making advancement. Similarly, tea, coffee, also if it is given to us, will we take? No question. So we have made advancement. We have developed taste for Krishna consciousness. We are coming to temples. Only frequency has to be increased. More and more association. 24 hours we should stay in the ashram of devotees only. That has to be done. It's a gradual process. It will not happen overnight. Some devotees appear to be making very swift, fast progress because in previous lifetime maybe 70, 80, 90% is already done. So now they will be super fast in their performance of bhakti. And some of us may be very new, just begun, 5-10 years, 5-10% only of bhakti is over in previous lives. So then it will be slow. Anathas are still there to great extent. So the climbing on the mountain is very slow. It stops and sometimes we may be going backward also, by Vaishnava Aparadh particularly. So that is all there. But one should go on. There is no other alternative. Prabhupada has said that a spiritual life may be difficult, but material life is impossible. That means in spiritual life to become happy it may take some time, difficult. But surely it will happen, but not immediately. But in material life you can never be happy. The degree you carry illusion, that degree only you can be happy. Just like a drunkard, to the degree he drinks, to that degree he becomes happy. More and more he drinks, he becomes super happy. But that is not the happiness. That is happiness in tamoguna, very bad. He falls in gutter also, he doesn't realize, he is almost unconscious. So there is no happiness through material life. Dukhalayam it is. But in spiritual life there is so much happiness. Every moment, prati padam, purna amruta aswadana. So we have to apply ourselves fully. Then only we will test it. No pain, no gain. What pain we have taken in our life. That's why we are recommending you all join ashram. Our ashram may be very opulent, but there will be pain. Every morning we will send you out. After morning program, prasadam. Wow, do Harinam Sankirtan, distribute books, go to colleges. We already analyzed the whole thing yesterday. 500 colleges in Bangalore. We want to have 2 preachers per college, so 1000 brahmacharis we want. For Bangalore, minimum, to start with. All colleges. If acute shortage of brahmacharis, then 1 college, 1 brahmachari. So 500 brahmacharis we need, if not 1000. But currently, we have limitation. We have only place for 100 brahmacharis. 12 are there, 88 we can recruit on the spot right now. Isn't it? The whole analysis is done. Sorry for our shortcoming. Only 88 seats allowed, maximum, for now. Anyway, if you want to shift to Pune, then we have bigger space. Why not? And Hyderabad, I am coming from Hyderabad only. So there also we have a lot of space. Yes, next question.
Prabhu, one more question. So, yesterday we discussed also that to live in association of devotees means to live in Shravanam and Kirtanam. But if the habit has developed of so much of loose talks, despite being in the devotees, there's only...
We have to avoid it. You go to other room. Who is stopping? You go to terrace, read that. That's what I told now. That's how I did it. Krishna will arrange. Where there is a will, there is a way. If you have strong will, there is a strong way. You can just, devotees start loose talking, excuse me, Hare Krishna Prabhu. You go to toilet apparently. Then you go to terrace. Very rarely somebody will detect that. Those who are loose, they are getting into loose talk. So they become so loose, they don't understand only who left. Many will not leave, so they don't mind. One left, no problem. If you have desire, anything you can achieve. Tatra laulyam, ekalam cha mulyam. Rupa Goswami said, intense greed is the only price to get Krishna, nothing else. So are you greedy for Krishna? Where do we get greed from? From association of great souls. Sangat sanjayate kama. Association leads to desires. Why am I speaking like this? Only because of my association. Many people asked, earlier they would ask, how did you become brahmachari? I said, association. First year we were introduced, second semester I was introduced to ISKCON, January 96. Then I went home, 35 days vacation. It was not so fruitful. I wanted to read entire Bhagavad Gita as it is. So first day I read 50 pages, that was to be read every day. First day 50 pages, next day 4 pages, third day did not even touch. So in 35 days only 54 pages were covered. Then I understood this doesn't work. At home that intensity is not there because association of devotees is not there. Then third semester I was in the youth center only. Third semester after the exam, there was winter vacation. I stayed in Radha Kunjari temple only. I did not go home for 1 day also. After college restarted on January 1st, then the first weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I went home because it was just 96 kilometers away. Then next summer vacation, I stayed in temple only. Next winter vacation, stayed in temple. Summer vacation, in temple. Next winter vacation, temple. And then summer vacation, I joined as a room. And then it's a full-time vacation. All-time vacation. So not even once I went home from third semester on. That's why Radhesham Guru, before joining us, he sponsored my Jagannath Puri Yatra. And I said, don't have money, afterwards I will give you when I get. And he said, don't worry, you are our brahmachari only. So we have to know that association of devotees is very important. So I have to be there. Then only inspiration comes. Our association is only of brahmacharis and sannyasis. Radhana Swami Maharaj association I got a lot. And others also, Chandramouli Swami Maharaj, Jayadvaita Swami Maharaj, Loknath Swami Maharaj, Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So much association. So there was no other desire than to just dedicate more and more and more. Now also I am not satisfied. Because more capacity is there, can be used. So come here, all of you are most welcome. Our hidden agenda, which is not so hidden anyway, will come out every now and then. Yes, next question. Answer to all questions is just come here. I am here only. And Vajakrishna Prabhu is here. Yes. We are sitting only for that reason. to answer all your questions. Yes, you have a question. Who has a question? Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, my questions regarding DT worship. Actually, like, I'm married, and at the time of marriage, like, there are tradition they give Laddu Gopal. So we have Laddu Gopal at home, and we both are working. So when we are not able to do, in my mind come like a chanting is most important.
You can have the DT photos of our ISKCON DTs.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, so to them you offer bhoga, whatever you cook once, twice, thrice in a day.
Yeah.
That's it. And don't worry about Laddu Gopal. You have a cloth, dress.
Yeah.
And if you have flower, one flower daily, that is good enough. Don't have to worry.
No
In
need to
ISKCON
change
we don't
clothes.
worship. In ISKCON we don't worship Laddu Gopal.
Okay.
That
So
is
no
in,
need to change
Pushti Marga.
class every day or.
Not at all. That for that matter, even ISKCON deities, many grahasthas don't dress every day. They have their standard once in a week or Ekadashi day, Mataji or Prabhuji or something. So that is not required at all.
Okay.
Laddu Gopal is not within ISKCON.
Okay.
So our Gaur Nitai, Radha, Krishna and Jagannath Baladev. This is ISKCON.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, any other question? Yeah. If you want to give him somebody else, you can gift him also. But in case in marriage you got, that person is not visiting your house, then also you can give. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Most of the time we do the services, but we don't understand it. It means devotional service, we are practicing devotion. It is very long time process, means till the
It's
day.
not so long in comparison to how long we have been in this material world.
But our
It's
mind,
very short, fastest is bhakti. Fastest. You take any other process, karma, jnana, yoga, it will take long time. Then also so many problems, distractions, and they don't perfect only. Bhakti is the easiest and fastest. And so easy, anybody in toilet you can chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Midnight your sleep is disturbed, you can chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You're traveling in the train or plane, you can chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And n number of other situations you can chant. There is no situation in which you cannot chant. Our tongue is the mother of the holy name. He says, Mora Archa Murti Mata Tumi Se Dharani Jiva Rupa Tumi Mata Namira Janani. Before sannyas, when Sachi Mata came to know my Nima is going to take sannyas, Nima, how will I live without you? I live only for you. Oh dear, please don't leave. So he says, oh mother, don't think that our relationship is temporary and can be broken by any external situation. When I came as Lord Ramchandra, you are my mother Kausalya. When I came as Krishna, you are my mother Devaki. When I came as Kapil Dev, you are my mother Devavati. When I came as Vaman Dev, you are my mother Aditi. When I come as DT, you are my mother Dharani. From earth only, whether marble, wood or whatever DTs are made of, they come from Dharani. So Mora Archa Murti Mata Tumi Se Dharani. Then next about holy name. Jiva Rupa Tumi Mata Namera Janani. In the form of tongue, my dear mother, you are the mother of holy name. Tongue produces holy name. Like mother produces child, so tongue produces holy name. So mother of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is our tongue. So Mother Devavati is sitting inside our mouth, Mother Kausalya, Mother Aditi, Mother Devavati, and Mother Kausalya, all are sitting in our mouth only. So fortunate we are. Anywhere, anytime we can chant. What is difficult? Prabhupada would often say, what is the difficulty? So easy. Prasad. We just follow prasad and we can purify. Everything we do is have sex. And Grahasthas have sex for procreation. That is most pure because they have Garbhadan Sanskar. They want child who will be very Krishna conscious, help the world to propagate Krishna consciousness. With that thought only they have sex. Sex can be such activity, can be purified. That can be purified. So what more is required? Eating, sleeping, mating, defending, all four can be purified. Prabhupada says, who can hear with rapt attention? One who is pure in his mind. Who can hear with pure mind? Who can have pure mind? One who is pure in his action. Who is pure in his action? One who is pure in his eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Now you tell me other process in which these four can be purified. In as far as Gyan goes, no question of mating only. Only sannyasis can practice. It is not for grihasthas only. Kopinavanta khalu bhagyavanta. Vedanta vakyeshu sadaramanta. That is the process. And dhyan also, going to forest, who will go? Brahmachari, who also cannot go. Because it's difficult. But bhakti, anybody, anytime, anywhere, you can chant. So associate with those devotees who experience the simplicity, easiness and power of bhakti. There is nothing to lament. All of us, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, na shochati na kamshati, samas sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhakti labhate param. One who has reached the above the bodily platform, on the soul platform, Brahma Bhut. You understand, I am not body, I am soul. Prasannatma is very cheerful. So many shlokas are saying that, isn't it? Swadu, swadu, pade, pade. As you hear Harikatha, at every step there is such bliss. Ananda Bhuti Vardhanam, the bliss of happiness, and the ocean of happiness will always be on increase. Prati Padam Purna Amrit. Now Kumbh Mela has started, I think. So many crores are going to die there, in a sense, to take water bath or something like that. Not required. By chanting Hare Krishna, here only not there 1-2 drops are seen by some great souls of Amrut during Shahisnam. God knows who sees. Million others who take bath, they only fight there and can't see the drops of Amrut only. So for that they are going. Here it is Pati Padam Purna Amrut. Purna pot, full pot filled with Amrut nectar can be tasted. Not just seen. There they only see, those who see. I don't know who sees, but whosoever sees. Here you can drink only nectar by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Prabhupada says the child can also dance in ecstasy. Dogs also can participate. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made all the Jharkhand forest animals participate. So what is the difficulty? Why should we all cry? We cry only because of our ignorance and because of our anarthas. Because of anarthas, we offend other Vaishnavas, then passion ignorance increases. Bhakti is dynamic. Our passion and ignorance can increase like anything if we offend Vaishnavas. And should serve Vaishnavas. Vaishnava Seva. Krishna Prem means only 3 things. Name Ruchi, Vaishnava Seva, Jivdaya. There is no 4th thing. Every morning we say, and many devotees are confused also. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must carefully guard against all these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prem. Everybody shouts Krishna Prem, but nobody knows what is Krishna Prem. Only 3 things. Name Ruchi, Vaishnava Seva, Jivdaya. In all throughout Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives 2 instructions only to anybody and everybody. What? Always chant Hare Krishna and never offend Vaishnavas. This is one. Sometimes he says, always chant Hare Krishna and always serve Vaishnavas. So, serving Vaishnavas means not offending them. We don't want to serve Vaishnavas, then only we will offend them. So, Vaishnava Seva is the principle. That is the hallmark of whether you have reached Krishna Prema or not. How much taste you have for chanting the holy name. How many Vaishnavas you have served, to what degree they have been served by you, and to what degree they have become pleased with your service. That is Vaishnava Seva. And Jivdaya. How many jivas you have shown compassion, and to what extent you have shown compassion. You see how many jivas Prabhupada showed compassion. And to what extent? There is no extent only. Dina hina chata chilo, harina me uddharilo, tarasashi jagai madhai. During Nityanprabhu's time, only one jagai and one madhai. For Prabhupada, there were hundreds and thousands of jagai and madhai. Prabhupada was staying in Bauri because of cheap rent. Only 2 smells there. One smell of urine, other smell of wine. The boys and girls would drink so much wine, and then they would become unconscious, and because it's like water also, they would pass urine. In that unconscious state only, in their pant only, all urine. All Bauri means obnoxious smell of wine and urine. We go to public toilets of India, and from outside only we decide, not here. Forget it, I will control. That is only to be gone. We have to go there for 2 minutes. But that also we are not ready. And Prabhupada was staying in that atmosphere just because he did not have money and he wanted to preach the message. So see what sacrifice. So we are the most fortunate. Ours is compassionate mission. So Jivdaya should be there. Ameruchi, Vaishnava Seva, Jivdaya. To what degree you have? To that degree you have Krishna Prema. To the degree you don't have, to that degree you don't have Krishna Prema. And we can achieve Krishna Prema. कृष्ण से तोमार कृष्ण दिते पारो तुम्हारा शक्ति आछे आमी तो गंगा कृष्ण कृष्ण बोले भाई तब पाछे पाछे. That, oh my dear spiritual master, you have Krishna. Not only you have Krishna, you have the power to give Krishna. Somebody may have 10 crore rupees, money power, but doesn't have the power to give that 10 crore rupees to anyone. He's powerless fellow. He only has power in possessing. He doesn't have power in donating. But spiritual master is so powerful that not only he possesses the Lord and Master of entire creation, Krishna in his heart, but he has the power to give Krishna, not to 1, 2, 3, but all those who come to him, those who beg him. Krishna says, Krishna dete paro, tomara shakati ache, ami to kangal. You have that power, but I am so bankrupt, I don't have Krishna. So give me Krishna, give me Krishna. Dhai tava pache pache. Krishna Krishna boli, dhai tava pache pache. Give me Krishna, oh my dear spiritual master, give me Krishna. Like that I run behind him. That is should be the mood. And then Krishna will come. Unlimitedly Krishna is available for all of us. But are we ready for that? We are not ready. And then we keep blaming situation, we keep blaming the people of this world, we keep blaming devotees of ISKCON. Problem lies with us. Anartha nivrutti means to recognize problem is with me, not in ISKCON, not in Prabhupada's books. Everything is there in Prabhupada's books, in the seed form. If you sow it and water it through Shravana Kirtanam, you will be able to expand upon it. You will get Bhava Bhakti and Prema Bhakti also. Only neophytes say that only basic things are there in Prabhupada books, ABCD. Prabhupada did not speak higher levels. That is their foolishness. Everything is there. What is not there is the knowledge in your brain. What is there in your brain is ignorance only. Otherwise everything is there in Prabhupada books. So we have to explore, we have to work for it. Yes, any other? No question? Mataji have a question? Okay, Shreyas Prabhu has a question.
If one gets opportunity.
Take the mic. Do you have?
If one gets opportunity to serve a very advanced devotee physically also, then what is best method to associate with him?
Hearing. Hearing is far more important than physically serving. If for physical serving there is nobody else available, we may serve. Our schedules may be there. Like great souls come, like His Holiness Jabalal Maharaj come, His Holiness Indra Swami Maharaj came. So in case there is opportunity available, so we may make schedule. Somebody can cook, somebody can clean the room and things like that. But most important is to be present in their class, when they are singing, leading kirtan or hearing, giving class. Sometimes it so happens with personal servants of gurus that when guru is giving lecture, they have to be cooking. Because as soon as lecture is over, he will go for breakfast or something. So the breakfast should be ready, and it cannot be made ready much before, otherwise it will be cold. So then they have to be missing that. So then also we can try to hear direct FM or something like that, or if not later on, or some other class. It is most important for personal servant to hear Guru Vani. That's how most of the personal servants fall down. Many Prabhupada's personal servants fell down. Why? Because they did not hear Prabhupada. So in hearing from pure devotee, we understand how absorbed is in Krishna. And in physical body, because of our bodily conception, we might as well stamp him also to be absorbed in bodily conception. Like sometimes, let's say he has a program, pure devotee, and he's getting late and your prasadam is getting late. So what is this? Why is prasad not ready? I told you, you fool. So late. So now I'm sorry. Vacho Begam, Manaso Krodha Begam. What? Why he has made disciples all over the world? Control over his tongue. He is not least bothered about tongue and all that. He is bothered that the next program will be delayed. Every moment is important to give Krishna to others. So his mission is for that only. So you delayed him, so he is angry on you. So, but we don't have that absorption in bhakti, so we might as well stamp him that he is in bodily conception, and we may offend him. And once, because he's very close to Guru, who is pure devotee, and offending him by seeing him with material vision, especially his bodily activities, one will fall down in bhakti. That's the three things we should keep distance from, safe distance. Fire, deities, and Guru. Fire, if you go very close, you are 4, which is 4? Woman, I don't think brahmacharis are added. I did not hear that. And the Chanakya is there, okay, ठीक है. Woman also distance. Respectful distance. Okay, respectful distance. Fire we respect, that's how we get our prasadam. Cooked food. If you are sadhu, you can eat roots and fruits. That doesn't require cooking. But all cooked food requires fire only. So we respect fire, but from distance. You put a hand in, instead of keeping the pot of potatoes for boiling, you keep your hands there. You can never eat boiled potatoes. So fire, spiritual master, then deities also, one should not develop. Once His Grace Sandarshyam Prabhu came to Pune and he stayed for, I don't know how many, 3-4 days or 1 week. We were all so absorbed hearing katha, so many question answer. He gives short class and unlimited question answer. So towards the end when he was leaving last class, then devotees told me, management told that you thank him and all that. So I thanked him. So while thanking, I said, so we are, all of us are in bliss, floating in bliss because of Prabhu's and Mataji's, his wife Vishnupriya Mataji, in their association. So how many of you agree? Say loudly Hari Bol. Everybody said Hari Bol. I said okay, so now we request Prabhu and Mataji that apart from their Austin residence, if they could make their Indian residence in Pune only, our Radha Vrindavan temple, that would be a great, what do you call it? Blessing upon us. So I request Prabhu, if possible, next to Austin, make our Pune and UCC temple as your visit. Immediately Mataji was there, his wife, she took the mic. She said, no question. Because if we stay here, you all will take it cheaply. So no question. Then I immediately corrected myself, yes, because we are not very advanced, and the microphone was there. So yes, we may take them very cheaply. So we are fortunate to have them. So next time we can pray to have a little longer association. Please, and let us thank them. Then Hare Krishna. So we have to hear. That is the most important service. If we don't hear, then it will be difficult. That is Vani Seva. Vani Seva is eternal. But Vapu Seva is temporary also. Some will do, or sometime they will do. Next, Vapu will not remain. They will go to some other place. And some time in life, they will let the planet only. They will go to Guru Vrindavan. So Vapu Seva will not be available. But Vani always remains. He reasons ill who says Vaishnavas die, for thou art living still in sound. Vaishnavas die to live, and while living, spread the holy name around. When Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur visited Samadhi of Thakur Haridas Thakur, so then he wrote 10 stanza poem. So 9th stanza says this, that he reasons ill. One who says that Vaishnava dies, he is telling white lies. Prabhupada is not dead, he is fully present. For 3-4 months in my life, I was analyzing why I have test for distributing Srila Prabhupada books. This was 15-20 years back. Nobody, GPCs, Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, Radha Swami Maharaj, they are not after me saying that Sundarshyam Prabhu, you should distribute Prabhupada books. Nor is the president Radheshyam Prabhu is after me, you should distribute books. Nor is the temple manager after me. Nor anybody else, my friends also. So why do I have so much craze for distributing Prabhupada books? Scores would not be too high, but like intensity means desire. So then I analyzed, it took 3-4 months for me to analyze what is the reason. What is the impetus? Then I understood. It is only Prabhupada, whom I am associating too much through reading his books. Many times, at least 1 hour, sometimes 2 hours, 3 hours, 4, 5, 6. So much associating with Prabhupada through his books. So that's why the tremendous inspiration comes. That was very clear for me. To associate. Is that okay? Hearing from them. That is most important. More important than even physical service. We cannot avoid neglect physical service. But few individuals only can do that. Like he's only Jayapatram Swami Maharaj in his sick condition of body. He is not sick spiritually. But so how many maximum in what? Entourage? 15, 20? Huh? Maximum? 20, 25, 30. That's it. He has how many disciples? 60,000 plus. So only 30, 40 are required. Let's say 60 max for Vapu Seva. But for Vani Seva, 60,000 plus devotees cannot complete it in millions of lifetimes. So much service is available according to his instructions. Okay, so we need to end the program. Next program is also there. ग्रंथरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।
Hare Krishna. So respective places, devotees can go to this.